and welcome to the stream. Where is my button? Hold on. Hello, everybody. I am here. I am ready to talk game and gaming news. Oh, my lord. Stuff has been crazy in my life, but I'm here now. Caught back up, relatively speaking, and I have a bunch of news that I have to go over. Like there's a lot. There's a lot we gotta cover. So we're gonna jump into this. I got a lot of stuff going on. So, without further ado, we will move to our clean feed. Yeah. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Gaming News Now. We got a lot of topics to cover. I am horribly behind, so we're just going to jump right into it. Moon Studios has gotten a lot of help. Not exactly help, but Moon Studios has realistically gotten the rights back for No Rest for the Wicked. We have the SAG-AFTRA strike for voice actors continuing in the gaming sphere. Go over that as well. Analysts are chiming in about how GTA 6 could cost $100. Don't exactly like that one. We'll hit that. Got Fortnite being sued over the use of dark patterns in their games. Modders taking it upon themselves to try to fix the poor optimization issues of Monster Hunter Wilds. Konami had a little bit of a Silent Hill announcement to make today. And then we have a couple of quickie newses that will hit along with some Death Stranding stuff as well. So, we will start off. Let's see, what do we want to start with? I would say that we're going to start with the Moon Studios news. So, Moon Studios got the rights back to No Rest for the Wicked. Originally, No Rest for the Wicked was owned by the publishing arm of Take-Two. That would be the Private Division label. So, originally, they owned the rights. Turn off my phone. Stupid thing, shut up. No one cares. Not vibrate. There we go. So, originally, No Rest for the Wicked was under the Private Division label. Well, thankfully, Moon Studios was able to get that back. They are now getting that back along with, what was it? Yes. A bunch of how do you say this? A bunch of Annapurna? I honestly forgot how to say it. This is on me. Annapurna. I'm going with it. So, a bunch of Annapurna developers were able to get back as well a bunch of other games. Now, not necessarily get back. Sorry, misspoke. A bunch of Annapurna devs were able to start continuing the work that was already started by a bunch of other developers, and Private Division has kind of offed it onto them. So they're taking care of Tales of the Shire, which is that Hobbit cozy kind of Stardew Valley-esque game, as well as a handful of other titles. Let's go grab those real quick. I did not write those down, and you know what? That is on me. Where is it? I have it here somewhere. It's in one of my sources on my doc, and you know what? I should have written it down. But here we are. I did not. Oh well. Which one was it? It was not the Games Radar one, I guess. Was it the Eurogamer article? that I had that from. Yes. Here it is. So the Ex Annapurna. I really don't know how to say this word. The ex Annapurna devs are also going to be taking care of Kerbal Space Program, the series as a whole, despite the closure of the development team, as well as Pokemon developer Game Freak's new action adventure IP, which is a little bit interesting that they'll be the ones taking care of that. But we'll have to wait and see what comes of those. So, yeah, it's just a nice thing to be able to see the continued development of games and that we're not losing a bunch of other ones. It's nice to be able to see that. I'm very happy that Moon Studios was able to get back No Rest for the Wicked. It's something that I've had my eye on. It's on my wish list and actually just released today as of the 13th. Went into 1.0 from what I understand. It is 27 or $28 US if you are interested. Maybe go ahead and go support that team. And hopefully, we'll be able to see maybe a little bit more of Ori and the Blind Forest, as they are the ones who originally developed that game. So, hopefully, we'll be able to see a little bit from them. Ah, yes. Am I yapping? I am yapping. I am doing the yaps. Yep, 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 yep. We're doing the yaps out here. You know how it be. We're talking gaming. We're talking news. We're talking yapping. That's all I hear. Every time I see that emote, that is all I ever hear. Is just alrighty. Now, my next piece of news. We will hit the one that is going to take me the longest. Because holy crap, this SAG-AFTRA strike is getting a little insane. It's getting a little crazy. So we'll hit this. We'll go ahead and hit this one. So, the voice actor strike continues, but we've had a couple minor developments that I missed last week and some stuff that has happened this week. So, to quickly kind of go over a little bit of the history of what's going on, since I've never actually touched on the subject. So, SAG-AFTRA, the Screen Actor Guild, and the union that's associated with that guild are currently on strike with the games industry as a whole. Now, this is specifically, obviously, for voice actors that are part of the union. Now, this started back in July last year over the use of AI voice acting and companies not wanting to pay royalties for the use of the AI voices. So, essentially, continued payment for, hey, we put in this AI voice of this actor into our game, but we're not going to want to pay it because fuck you, I guess. So, they had a recently picketed strike outside of the Warner Brothers Games offices in LA earlier this month in March. So, they did that. And then the chief negotiator for the strike and the chair for the I cannot say this word and the chair from the negotiating committee released a statement to members the night of the 10th of this month of March that read, though progress has been made and agreements have been reached on certain provisions since we launched our strike last year, the last proposal the bargaining group made is still filled with alarming loopholes that will leave our members vulnerable to AI abuse. So, while, yes, about 160 or so companies have agreed to the interim agreement set out by the union, which is why you're still seeing games come out with a bunch of union-based actors, not everybody has obviously signed. And so currently it is a interim agreement. It is not a full, hey, look, we got what we wanted. We can stop this whole strike. We're good. Still haven't gotten that from the industry as a whole. So, for right now, a lot of actors are out of work from companies that they would normally be working with because those companies do not want to agree. One of those companies is Hoyoverse. For those of you that don't somehow know, Hoyoverse is a developer of Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, and Zenless Zone Zero. What was it? It was, oh yeah, about 2 days ago. So this week, Hoyoverse put out in the patch notes that 2 of their voice actors were no longer going to be inside of the game and were being replaced. Mind you, this is also how those voice actors found out. So, the voice actor for Soldier 11, Emery Chase, and Lycon, the Wolf Boy, Nicholas Thurcuddle, found out that they were no longer going to be in the game and were no longer voicing in the game. The weird part about this is that ZZZ, Zenless Zone Zero, is technically like not technically struck because it started development before the strike. So a lot of the voices were kind of already done or at least worked on and taken care of. Well, now they are finding out that they don't have work anymore. So yeah, it's just great. We have a bunch of companies that don't want to agree to not having to use AI voices in their game and just hiring actual actors. Because while, yeah, AI is accelerating at an incredible rate, it's still not going to be able to give you the same level of collaboration and the ability of improv. Remember that, to give you the performance that you're looking for. A lot of actors, especially voice actors, will do multiple takes for one line. This is something that everybody kind of commonly knows. One of the things for those takes is improvisation of the lines for something that maybe the actor feels the character would do in that situation. So a lot of times, this will happen very consistently and change how that character is then viewed. And a lot of times, those improvisations are used inside of the game, media, whatever it might be. So you don't get that with AI. You just write out what you want the AI to say, and it will say it. It's not going to be like, I think this character should say this based off of, hey, look, I think this might be better for this character in this scene. But yeah. So sadly, AI is going to take over the world of creativity and make it stale and corporatized, which is just lovely, isn't it? It's so lovely. Now, I want to quickly hit on this topic some other things released by SAG-AFTRA. So, we'll go ahead and quickly read over some of this stuff. This is from the statement that was given to us by Duncan Crabtree, Duncan Crabtree Ireland, who is the chair or the chief negotiator for SAG-AFTRA, and then the Interactive Media Negotiating Committee chair, Sarah Elmela. I think it's Elmela. I'm not sure. So comes from their statement. They also said that the union recently submitted a counter to the proposal that diligently addresses all of the loopholes and would result in a contract that offers the minimum protections our members need in order to maintain sustainable careers as video game performers. The bargaining group would have you believe that we are close to reaching a deal. This is not the case. They are also hoping our members will turn on each other. So overall, it seems to be a lot of stalemating happening from the game industry companies that have not yet agreed to the interim agreement or just agreed to give the union what it wants. It would be nice if that would happen because holy shit, if one of the things that they're asking for is just, hey, can you not use AI voice actors for this stuff that helps the industry as a whole and something that is very dear to me. For those of you that may not know my content before I started doing this, I very briefly during the pandemic took on the hobby of voice acting. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm a former actor. I enjoy doing this stuff. But having to essentially put your foot down to be able to be like, hey, no, maybe don't enshittify an artistic space just feels wrong. Like taking out the human element from art just feels ever so horribly wrong. So hopefully we will be able to see some kind of change from this. At least I hope. I really hope. The enshittification of art will continue to piss me off to no end. Taking out the human element from art will continue to piss me off to no end as well. It is all just caca. It is caca. It's bad. It is bad, it is sad, and I wish it wasn't happening. But here we are. Here we are. Hello, twin. Pokemons. The Pokemans. This is the thing that sucks with my format. If someone comes in and starts chatting, and I'm in the middle of my piece, I don't want to stop. Even though I want to say hello. Hello. Hello, my friend. Hey. I'm surprised that they actually have Pokemon. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised they have Pokemon emotes on Twitch, but here we are. Whatever. So yeah. The enshittification of the world continues, and I am sad. I am the big sad, but there's not much I can do to change it. At least not yet. I hope I can with these videos and stuff. That is the goal. Goal is to make world better and also to do things that I enjoy. Yeah. Alright. We'll do more enshittification. We'll do more crappy things. Because I got one more. I got one more before we get to, or actually, well, two more. Two more before we get to some fun stuff. Alright. So, if for somehow you haven't heard that there is the possibility of a larger price tag on GTA 6, then I feel very happy for you because I wish that I could be in that same boat. Sadly, I pay attention to too much news, and because of that, I get to see how there are already rumors going about that there were people thinking about making GTA 6 cost $100 on release for the basic game. Not the deluxe, the basic package. No extra shark cards, just the game. Now, here's where it gets a little sticky. So, a securities group, specifically the Wedbush Securities Group, thinks that there is the possibility that Take-Two could be planning to sell GTA 6 for $100 or more, mind you. They said or more. We already had the raise in prices for the games. We already went from $60 for AAA games, which, granted, has been the status quo for the gaming industry since it really feels like forever. It probably has been forever, probably since about the 90s, I would say. And because of that, the price for games has never really raised with inflation, which has been nice as a hobby. You get to be able to know what the game is going to cost regardless of what year you were in. Now, that got changed when the price for a AAA game went up to just about $70 on average. Not every company is doing it, but most of them cost $70 a game now. I personally did not have an issue with the raise in prices. Games cost money to make. People cost money to employ. People are the ones making games. And because of that, I am perfectly fine with games having to cost more. Here's my issue is that the people that are making those games aren't necessarily getting paid more. Instead, the C suite is getting a larger bonus or trying to keep their bonus. Meanwhile, they're like hiring more and more and more and more people to the point that maybe they can't exactly sustain what their salary and bonus were. And they don't want to take a pay cut. So raise the prices. Now, if Take Two does this with GTA 6, there is a very high possibility that we see the standard change once again. I don't think that everybody thinks that they would be able to like put their game out for $100 and like everybody would buy it. Not everybody's going to go off and buy Diablo 5 for $100. Are you going to buy Diablo for $100? I know I'm not. So I think instead, if this does happen, again, remember, all of this is speculation right now. If this does happen, what we most likely will see is the games raise another $10, most likely go up to 80. But we really don't know. The other thing to remember is that this securities group is someone that is generally, from what I've read about, relatively trusted, but take that with a grain of salt when it comes to their analyzation of markets. Again, grain of salt. But there I would not put it past Take Two to do this. Not one fucking bit. So, just be warned, it might happen. And if it does, the industry might go up again in price. Just going to put it out there so people are aware. That is why I'm doing this. So, yeah. Hopefully, we don't have $100 GTA 6. At least I hope not. I don't want to deal with that. It's going to make me sad. I'm going to be upset. And sad. Damn. I got bright back there. Almost blew out my background a little bit. Still looks good though. Hopefully it looks good. At least I hope. I think it looks great from my OBS screen. Hopefully it looks good on stream. We moved the office around a little bit. Now that I'm working out of here more. Wanted to give it a relatively nicer look. I think it looks nice. Got them all lined up in size order. Molly Mock still chilling over here. And then my wife, we put her set up over here. And I'm now using her screen as some extra zhuzh. I think I like it. I like it a lot, personally. But yeah. Bed's still here. We just put it against the wall so that way we can still have a guest bed for people and not put them on an air mattress in a living room. God forbid. Ugh. All right. Shall we hit our next topic? Our next sad topic. And then we can get to some fun stuff. Because don't worry, I had some fun stuff today. Last show felt a little too toxic. I wanted to do something else. Wanted to have a little bit more fun with it. It's games. It's fun. It's a hobby. Who cares? Anyway. So. There we go. Hello. There we go. So, Fortnite is being sued over its use of dark patterns to sell in-game items. The suit comes from a family out in California, if I am remembering correctly. Let me double check that, though. Yes, so this suit comes from two parents who have filed the claim in San Francisco on behalf of their kids. So, from what the suit alleges, if I remember correctly, how much was it that their kids spent? It was a lot. Where is that in the fucking thing? I should have grabbed that one. I should have grabbed this one too. Here we are. I've had a long day. I've had a long time. Long, long day. Where did it go? But I'll put it on mute while I search. We'll search together. Why don't we? Be fun, right? We'll all search this together. We'll look for this fucking thing. It's in here somewhere. Am I zoomed in? Feels like it. I don't care about any of this. Alright, where in the suit? I know it has it here somewhere. In the suit somewhere it says like how much their kids spent, which I found hysterical and I wish I had written it down. I know it's fucking here somewhere. Where was it? This is what I get. Try to prep for a show and I don't actually do it. That's cause of action. This is them just clarifying that it's on behalf of their kids. I got biddies. When did I get biddies? What happens? Start paying attention to shit. Start paying attention to the wrong thing. Paying attention to the stream. Where is my dashboard? Hello? Oh. Oh, you're asking me if I have bits? I mean, I probably have a couple cents somewhere stored in my fucking Twitch account somewhere, I'm sure. A couple measly pennies to throw at the streamers like the poor children that they are. Here, take a quarter. That's how it feels. Just throwing a quarter at a streamer. Just like, take my change, you filthy animal. Whenever I use bits, that's what it feels like to me. Alright, where the hell is this? Oh, I'm sorry. Don't forget, you have to spend money on the bits. Where the hell? Now we're on Texas. How did I get to Texas? I thought this was filed in San Francisco. Now I'm more confused. Where the hell is it? Now I'm down at the signatures. I guess they didn't put it in here. This is much easier on TikTok. Well, yeah, because TikTok is trying to get as much money as possible out of you, so of course they're going to make it easy. I thought it said in here how much their kids spent. I guess it didn't. Oh, well. This is on me, I guess. I guess I'm just stupid. I guess I is stupid. Oh, well. I am a stupid man. I'm a big dum-dum. All right. Now to try to remember where I was. I know. Boo, boo. He took away my lawsuit screen. So the parents in the lawsuit allege that Epic is essentially acting with dark patterns inside of the game to be able to sell in-game items more efficiently and to be able to push more of these sales to kids with the use of the fear of missing out, or FOMO. They are essentially doing what you probably have heard a couple of Amazon listings doing, where, hey, look, this thing's on sale for 20% off. It was originally like $40. Now it's, I don't even know what 20% of $40 is. We shall say it is now 50% off. It's now $20. When originally the thing was priced at 20. And so because of that, you now have a fake listing. Very, very fake. Extremely, extremely horrible business practice to conduct. And they're alleging, I use that term so loosely in this, but I need to say it, that Epic is doing the same thing. The other thing that they're obviously suing Epic over is the time mechanic inside of the shop, where certain things would roll over during the weekly resets or daily resets of the game, and then those items are no longer available. Essentially, continuing that fear of missing out, continuing the FOMO, continuing the gravy train of making kids feel like they have to get the thing before it goes away or is no longer on sale, even though eventually that item will come back to the store. Or eventually that sale will end, but the thing will still be priced the exact same. Seeing a company finally getting sued for this in a way that is at least gaining some news feels very good. This is something that really, really needs to change inside of the business sphere in general. Not just games, but online stores, hell, Walmart at this goddamn point too. So it's nice to see that someone is at least trying to get this taken care of. And hopefully we will see other online marketplaces and other in-game item shops try to roll back their own use of this to be able to make sure that they also don't get hit with a lawsuit. Sometimes, you have to remember, just a lawsuit or the threat of one is enough to be able to get a company to back down from doing certain things. I may not like the process or the need for lawsuits. The fact that we need them and the way that we can abuse them, I do not like. But clearly they work in certain circumstances, and when they do work the way they were intended to work, at least how I feel they were supposed to be intended, at least how I feel they were intended to work, it feels very nice to see. So hopefully Epic will back down, but I highly doubt it. Oh yeah, I'm sure loving it. Any gotcha game plays into this so hard. The only reason that we're seeing this with Epic, at least right now, is because it's an American company. So the American legal system can take action against the American company. Can't exactly go after the company that makes Love in Deep Space because they're not American. Same with Hoyoverse and other gotcha-like games. FOMO is a thing inside of the gaming sphere and has been for a very long time. And I don't like it. It gets very annoying to deal with, especially now that we've moved even more and more into the live service model as a way for games to be able to continue making money after their initial sale. Like, fuck, Dead by Daylight, I think you still have to pay for the game, but pretty much all of their content is behind a live service paywall. Unless they went free to play, finally. Oh, it's fucking $8 now. Yeah, you still have to pay $8 for the damn game. Jesus. No, it's on sale right now because of spring sale, so it's fucking $19 normally. So yeah, you still have to pay for the fucking game. But yet the whole game is supported by a live service model, so fucking are. Whatever. Yes, Nani. Nani the fuck. Nani de Faco indeed on that one. All right. We will hit it. We'll start hitting some fun news now. What? So last week I talked about how Monster Hunter Rise is out, and honestly, extremely fun. I have really been enjoying the game. But on PC, there have been a lot of performance issues. Well, modders over on the Nexus community side have decided to try to take that PC performance and try to optimize it themselves, since it's probably going to take Capcom a little bit of time to figure that one out. So we've had 3 mods that I've seen, there's probably a handful more, that are trying to fix most of the optimization issues inside of Monster Hunter Rise Wilds. Monster Hunter Wilds. So we've got 3 mods. Most of them seem to try to fix a CPU issue that's been happening with the game. So we finally have some kind of through line now from what I was reporting on last week. We didn't really have a through line, and I didn't see one of what the optimization issues could be. And thankfully, people smarter than me, thankfully, are going through and figuring out that it might be something to do with some kind of hit to CPUs. So a lot of these mods are kind of trying to fix that. There's a handful of them. I will link to them in the description, and hopefully you will go down and take a quick gander at them if you are having problems with Monster Hunter Wilds. Thankfully, from what I have heard rumblings of, Capcom is working on a fix for the game when it comes to optimization. We don't know when that will come. My guess is most likely around the free title update in April-ish that we're supposed to be getting. We might get a little bit of PC optimization, but I would not put my chips all on black on that one, that it's going to fix everything. It's probably going to help minimally for people who are in that higher mid-range area. Think you have a 3070 or a 1080 Ti still. That higher mid-range-esque area that's been having issues, they might be getting a little bit of help. The low end might still take some time. So if you have a lower end machine, you might still want to hold off on purchase until we hear a little bit more about optimization. So thankfully, the community is fixing it though, at least in some way, so that people who maybe bought the game and can run it but aren't running it great can get a little bit of boost. One of the mods was saying they could get a 23% uplift in performance. Another one was quoting 10 extra frames. So maybe go ahead and check those out down below if you want. And hopefully, you'll get a little bit more performance along with it. But the fact that the community has to do this is a little annoying. I wish that, like I stated last week, we could just have games that are optimized on PC. I feel for developers. I really do, that optimizing for PC is hard. There are so many variables when it comes to a PC rig and what the community at large could have in their system. So it makes it a lot harder to optimize for. It's not like it's just 1 or 2 standards, depending on what part of the console generation you're in, to be able to optimize for. And that's why, PlayStation, for instance, was pretty much no issues on PS5. But I want these companies that are trying to release games on PC day dot to just understand that they need to try a little bit harder, especially when, as a whole, worldwide, most people game on PCs. Not everybody has access to the latest consoles, but they have access to late-ish or kind of newer hardware for PCs. So a lot of them game on PCs. That's why so many Russians play CS:GO on PC. It's really kind of all they have an option for the most part. Some of them, yeah, they don't, but a lot of them only have that. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to see that get fixed, and hopefully we'll be able to see the whole of the community or the whole of the industry figure out, like, hey, we need to take PC optimization just a little bit more seriously. I honestly thought we would have been there by now, especially after how bad that Nier release was on PC, but whatever. Here we are. Here we are, and this is what happens when I start yapping too much. My throat is dry as shit. I need some water. I will return in a moment. Swallow. Smart. Here. Excuse me. I boy. This one's go. Alright, I will be right back. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab some agua. I've returned with agua. My throat is no longer parched. Yeah. Seat. This is why I hate carpet. I'm trying to roll around on bad casters and carpet. Ugh. Such a pain in the boot. Such a pain in the boot. Alright. Take that away. Now, how dare I take away your fun little idle screen. Alright. Where was I? Just did the modders. Oh, yay, we get to talk about this. Let me load this first, because I got to get it to the correct... copy. I got to get it to the right time code for this. Going. Where was it? Right there. Perfect. So, we shall talk about Mr. Konami. Yes. Konami did some things today. Some good things. Mind you, good things. All good things. So, Konami hosted a Silent Hill transmission today. They went over the new upcoming release for them. Now, this is no asterisk. This is not new-ish. This isn't a remake. This isn't like, hey, look, we're making like a remake of Silent Hill 1 or something like that. No. Fully new game from Silent Hill and the Konami team we are getting our first look at Silent Hill F. If you haven't seen it yet, I will be playing it for the stream. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at this. It looks really cool. Where did it go? Oh, that one. There we go. All right. Go ahead and we shall play this. Where's my sound? What happened to my sound? What happened to my sound? This, I guess it is. I think. Need 2 minutes. I'm being stupid. Un momento. This is what happens. I'm so fully prepared, guys. So full. Alright. Muted. Set. And now we shall watch. It's here.
ひなこはお友達といつまでも一緒にいたい。お友達は永遠じゃないのよ。彼らだっていつか必ずあなたを裏
Also, just a
切る。
warning for those that get scared.
あなたが
This
裏
will
切
be
り者と
creepy.
呼ばれたように。ひなこ？あ、ごめん。何？天秤にかける価値があるかどうか、しっかりと判断しなさい。
The fog has rolled into Japan. We got Japanese schoolgirls going through it.
Hinako, いつまでここにいる気なの?
Alright, and that's all I'm going to give you for now. Go and watch the whole transmission if you are so inclined. They went over a lot of stuff in the game. They brought on the writer of the game to be able to talk about a couple things, as well as a couple of the gameplay mechanics inside of the game. It looks super creepy and really, really cool. So, from what we can garner, this is a lot of obvious speculation on my part, but from what we can garner from the little bit of trailer that we got and some of the other things that were in the transmission, this is going to be set in about 60s era Japan, and it's straight up just a whole new Silent Hill game. 60s era Japan. It looks super, super creepy, super, super interesting, and I know that 2 of my friends are absolutely just vibrating right now with excitement. So, for those of you that are interested, go ahead and check out the full transmission. I only played a little bit here for y'all, but hopefully you might get a little bit interested and we'll hopefully be able to see more soon. We don't have a release date or a release window, but the game is currently still being worked on from what I understand. Hopefully we'll be able to see a little bit more soon. It looks super weird and I love it. Ooh, loud. Ooh, loud, loud, loud. Yes, yes, they are. That's the 3rd person I was thinking Hank and Neil love this news. Tank Priority knows about it. I sent it to them earlier today when it was happening around 12. It was supposed to happen at 6, but I had work stuff. But I saw that it was up, so I sent it to them around 5. I can only imagine how excited they are. Uh-oh. I see what you mean. Apologies. So, hopefully we get to see a little bit more. It looks super cool. Like, some of the imagery from this shit looks insane. Where is it? I guess this is wild looking. Like, what are they doing to this poor girl? And then her face peels off. Oh, God. It's just the right amount of disgusting for this shit. Like, it's just the right amount of disgusting. Oh, yeah, I forgot to go over that. Let me hit that real quick. The other cool news from the transmission that we got that I will briefly go over, it is going to be releasing on pretty much every platform, bar Switch, because I don't know if this shit would be able to run on Switch, or even the Switch 2, for that matter. But yeah, it's going to release everywhere. Hopefully they get it right. They got it right with the Silent Hill 2 remake, so we can only hope that they'll get it right here. And, ooh, it looks so good. Yeah, super creepy, super weird. All right, we got two little quickie pieces that I'm going to do back to back. These are essentially going to be pieces just inside the video itself. Nothing like super groundbreaking that I want to yap about, but relatively fun, relatively interesting. So, two quickie little headlines for y'all. Steam is having a huge spring sale right now. They do this generally every season or the start of every season. So we have spring, summer, fall, winter. Right now, the spring sale is going on. There is a ton of stuff on sale. Definitely go and check your wish lists if you haven't already. And there's already a bunch of games that are super discounted right now. I saw like Doom 2016 was like $1 or something. So go ahead and check that out while you have the time and while those games are on sale. The other bit of quickie news that we got, Saber Interactive said on their Twitter, as well as some other places, but mainly their Twitter, that they are working and starting work on the next Space Marine. So we are getting Space Marine 3. Honestly, very nice to be able to see Games Workshop allowing them to continue the use of the IP. They did a great job with Space Marine 2. Definitely one of my favorite games. And hopefully, we'll be able to see a very good and very great representations for Space Marine 3. They said that they're going to be hopefully trying to get us more immersed inside of the Warhammer world. And I hope, for the sake of the Emperor, that they do. Yeah, I should have talked about it. That one's on me. I am a PC gamer, and this is a relatively PC-centric show. I did not talk about that. That one's on me. Main reason I'm talking about this one is because there's a ton of deals. Go pull up my Steam quick. There's so fucking many. It's honestly a little crazy. Beep, 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 beep. Load quicker. Thank you. A lot of these are going to show games that I play, obviously, but we'll go through a few. Here. Change you. Could I do this off screen? Yeah, do I care? We're just sitting here chatting, boys. Just sitting chatting. So, got a bunch of shit. Fucking, where was it? Yeah, here we go. Red Dead 2's fucking 75% off. This is already getting a discount, which is insane to me that it's fucking less than $40 right now, to be honest. Fucking $15 for Hogwarts. $8 for Stardew Valley. Where was it? I'm pretty sure I saw this. Yeah. It's fucking $2. $2 for Doom right now. That's nuts to me. Such a good game. Honestly, such a good game.
You've returned.
Definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. So yeah. Main reason I talked about that is because it's just a lot of good deals that generally is more widespread than just the Visual Novel Fest. Visual Novel Fest is definitely cool. Should have hit that though. That one's on me. That one's on me. Alright. Bah. Quickly hit our last topic for the evening, and then we'll get into our indie spotlights. So, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach finally has a release date. Kojima Productions finally put out the release date on a couple of different platforms, and they said that it will be releasing June 26th. It came with, this is so Hideo Kojima, a 10-minute trailer edited by the man himself, apparently. It showed a lot of weird shit and a lot of cool shit. I'm definitely interested. I never played the original Death Stranding. That one's on me. I feel like I should probably go back, though, and definitely check it out, because this new game interests me a lot from a visual and story perspective. It looks super weird, but like atmospheric weird and not like horror-esque, which definitely interests me a bit more. Not that big of a horror fan, but it looks really interesting. And just very Kojima, he decided, you probably saw this on Twitter, he decided, oh, I'm going to throw in a Solid Snake reference because it's funny. Ugh. Very him. I hope to be able to enjoy this game. I never played the original Death Stranding, and I think I might have to go back and do that, because this new one looks real weird and real fun. Alright. We'll just quickly hit our indie spotlight. Let me get this set up first, though. For the stream, so you all may feast upon them. One of them is already out. The other one, I believe, is almost out. I don't think it is out yet. Oh, no, it's out. It's already got a discount. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so both of these are already released. One of them, I can almost guarantee my wife has heard of before. The other one, most likely not. At least I have a feeling she hasn't yet. All right. Hit our indie spotlight intro piece. All right, and welcome to my favorite part of the show, Indie Spotlight. Our first one to hit is a very cute, but also very thought-provoking cozy game. This is Wonderstop. Where'd it go? Alright. I shall play this for our lovely people. Annapurna. That's how you fucking said it. Ugh. I kept on saying it so goddamn wrong, and now I see it here again, and I'm like, Annapurna. It just hit me. I hate my... Alright. Go ahead and mute music real quick. Did I take that from your wish list? No, I heard about it from a couple of people that had some very positive reviews on the game, and I was like, ooh, that looks interesting. Because it's not exactly just a cozy game. So here, I'll play it and we shall enjoy.
I'm not meant to be here. I'm a fighter. I'm meant to be in the arena, in combat. But instead, I'm out here in the middle of the woods, running a tea shop. So, what does running a tea shop involve? Well, there's a lot of gardening, and I've had to get used to the pretty unique tea machine they've got here. None of these tasks are all that hard, they just take patience. And I'm not really the patient type. But I'm surviving. Of course, I have to actually serve the tea to our customers. And once that's done, I'll usually check in with Boro, the guy who owns the shop, to see if my help is needed anywhere. And when all
Yeah.
the chores are done,
From what
sometimes
I
I'll just sit on a bench
understand
and do
from the reviews that I was
absolutely
seeing,
nothing. It's
the
not
best way to
fighting,
explain this is
it's peaceful.
a cozy game
And what's weird
being
is that I
played,
actually
or
feel
you're playing as a person who does not want to be in a cozy game,
happy.
who doesn't want to
stop
be here
fighting now.
at all.
I can stop. I can stop.
Don't worry, don't worry. So many indie games are farming sims nowadays, so you kind of get used to it.
Good. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy.
So yeah, you're dealing with some very heavy topics in this one. Very, very heavy topics. I honestly, from someone who enjoys games and someone who has played a good handful of farming sims in my time, it definitely looks like something that I'm interested in just because it's something that we don't really get to see from developers when it comes to, hey, look, we made this really cozy game, but we want to do some really, really thought provoking pieces. It has a very interesting hook for me. And also, the other big hook, at least to me, is that it's coming from the people that made Stanley Parable. If you haven't played that before, highly recommend going and doing that. It is extremely well thought out game. Very, very interesting and very thought provoking in a way that most games aren't. And also kind of keeps it goofy and light. I don't think they're going to be doing that with this one, but from what I've been reading, it is a very interesting game. Definitely go ahead and wishlist it or purchase it as it is already out if you are so inclined. Our next indie game for us to check out is Oblin Party. Go ahead and put this up for y'all. This one just looks fun and goofy. And that is Oblin Party. It looks super, super fun. Fun little party game. Fun little goofy time. This one is also out already for those that are interested in it. You can wishlist it still. That still helps out the developers. So if you don't have the money to purchase it right now, maybe go ahead and consider wishlisting it or give it a quick buy. There is also a little bit of a demo if you're interested. It looks super, super goofy. Not a lot of people are getting it, but if you have a couple of friends that maybe just want to kind of chill out and have a good time, this might be right up your alley. It's only $8 right now. It is on sale with the spring summer sale, or the spring Steam sale. If you're interested, it is normally $8 right now. It's $6.79. Maybe go ahead and check it out if you have a couple of friends that maybe just want to chill out and have a goofy little time. It just looks goofy and fun, and honestly, I wouldn't mind checking out. I enjoy a good party game with the buds. We enjoy a good party game with the buds. Specifically, stick fight. I enjoy stick fight with the boys. Stick fight's always a good time. Well, that one pretty much does it for me. I'm going to do the YouTube outro real quick, and then I'll do the actual Twitch outro here. 1 second. All right, everybody, and that does it for Gaming News Now. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you have a good day, evening, or night, and I hope to see you next time. Same goes for y'all nerds, too. You have a good evening, day, or night, whatever it is, at whatever time you're watching me right now. And I hope that you'll tune in next time. Peace, everybody. Peace, peace, peace. See y'all later.